Hello everyone, this is a free back with my review. This is the bicycle RongoRongo playing cards, and you're not seeing double. There's actually two decks that are almost identical, maybe slight variation on the colors, ever so slightly. Anyways, this is my Kickstarter project. I did not back the project. I actually got this on playingcards.net. And if you go there, you can use the code GW2015 to get 10% off your order. But of course, I recommend collectibleplayingcards.com with the code VJose30 to get 10% off your order. Anyway, these decks are pretty nice. They are inspired by the Easter Island and the people of Easter Island, the Rapa-Nui. There's actually a movie titled that years ago, which obviously is inspired by them, I guess. There's a gold deck and a gilded deck, as they call it. More on that in a bit. There was a stretch goal for a black deck, did not reach that. There is also 200 of each of these decks in a hologram tuck case, which looks pretty nice, but it was more expensive, so I decided not to get that. It is fine. And also, apparently the word RongoRongo relates to the glyphs that were used to record events from the year 1300 in or on Easter Island. There was also 250 gold Moai, or however you pronounce it, decks. Moai, I don't even know. Decks that are produced that were inspired. The Moai is, however you pronounce it, is a kind of like large stone statues. But basically it's just a different tuck case for the same cards. Anyways, the front of the box, it says bicycle in this gold foil. I guess it is. Maybe more like a gold metallic ink with embossing. And then there is these symbols, tribal type symbols that are embossed. You can see this one seems to have a little bit more gold and this one a little bit more blue. And then it says RongoRongo on the bottom. Everything is embossed. Everything is nice. It says RongoRongo on the sides with embossing. And then on the other side, same thing. Top says gold limited edition and gilded limited edition. No embossing or anything. And then the bottom, it says made by USB-C. And in the back, you see the back design. This is the gold deck, even though it's blue. And this one is the gilded deck, even though it's not gilded. More on that in a bit. And then you just got standard USB-C seals in black. And then the flaps, bicycle trademark stuff, of course. And on here, you got this RR, which obviously stands for RongoRongo. So first of all, you get this card that has RongoRongo glyphs, which I mentioned earlier. And it shows you these images and what they mean. It also says at the very bottom, attempts to decode RongoRongo are ongoing for over 200 years. The translations on this card are believed to be accurate, but RongoRongo continues to evade code breakers and most of it remains a mystery. So here you see different images and what they mean. Apparently they had lozenges back there in the 1300s. Lobster Man, palm tree, pelican. It's pretty interesting. You do get a double backer in this deck as well. As you can see, the back design is filled with those glyphs all the way around it. Some of them mean man. Some of them mean pelican. These ones here next to my thumb are pelican. These big ones, top and bottom, are man. This is sitting man. And this is... that one is... looks like an alien. Is also man, apparently. So, all sorts of images that mean man. And then there's this guy, which I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like some kind of a bird. It's nice and blue with gold. Nice, beautiful line work in there. I like it. Then let's get to the jokers. There's two jokers. They are, again, glyphs. It says joker in the two corners. And this one is man, just like was on the back design. Right there, you see it. And this one is, if I can find it, frigate bird. I'm not even sure what a frigate bird is, but that's the symbol for it. It's pretty interesting. The Ace of Spades says Rongo Rongo Gold on top by Tomas Leschinski. And made in USA, manufactured by United States Playing Card Company on the bottom. You see there is metallic gold inks on the cards. It's very nice. Very nice spade pip, or ace of spade, just to say. The other aces also have some customizations and big pips. Very nice. I like this style of pips that they use for the clubs as well. And then we get to the court cards. I'll just show you a few. This is more or less what the kings look like. The jacks. Here's another king. And the queens. They're all very similar. They got like tribal figures to them. They're pretty cool. Also, some nice images on the sides here. Nice artwork. The number cards, nice pips. They got one of the glyphs in the background, as you can see. It's different on every card. And they also got a bunch of glyphs on the top and bottom. And again, it's different from card to card. I don't know if that's supposed to be some kind of secret message for whoever is playing with the cards. But it looks pretty interesting. Definitely completely custom and whatnot. So let's look at the other deck very quickly before we get on with it. I'll just put these away very quickly. I apologize. So let's look at the Gilded deck. Now I'm confused as to why it's called the Gilded deck, because despite the name, it actually does not have any gold gilding or any kind of gilding on the edges. So why is it called the Gilded deck? I got no idea. The faces, however, have gold. You got the same glyphs card as the other deck. And the backs also, it's basically the same, but again, gold. So it's, well, that's pretty interesting. And you do get the double backer as well. I think this has got to be the first deck that I've seen that has completely the solid gold faces and backs. So I guess that's the gilding part. The Joker basically the same with Joker in the two corners, and same with this one. A little bit of differences that you can see with this circular symbol in the background. I don't believe the other ones had that. The aces, basically the same, except it says gilded instead of gold. As you can see, they kept the black cards black and the red cards red. That's fine and dandy. The court cards, again, basically the same, except gold. And the number cards, again, basically the same thing. Except the glyphs are a little bit harder to read, I guess. Overall, you know, they're pretty cool. Bicycle stock, Erica's Infinis on the cards, which is always good. Overall, I think the theme is very interesting, unique. I don't think it was, I mean, they had some difficulty funding. They canceled the project twice. But then they finally got it funded the third time around. And I think it's just because maybe there wasn't too many people interested in 1300s Easter Island. But it is pretty nice. Handles pretty good. As far as the theme and the artwork is concerned, maybe a little overkill on the glyphs, having them on the backs and the faces and whatnot, but still pretty nice. I will say 4 out of 5. Pretty good effort. Some of the court cards are a little bit similar from suit to suit. Some are a little bit more different. As you can see, hearts and diamonds have more red colors and spades and clubs blues, which is nice. Handling wise, handle is very nice, just like any bicycle deck, so I'll say 4 and a quarter out of 5. It's really nice for fanning wise, as you can see on this deck. Same on the tops. And same with this one too. Overall, reusability, well, that might be a little bit of a problem, especially with the court cards. So I will say, as far as how usable the deck is, uh, 3 and 3/4 out of 5. Overall, I'll give it a good solid 4 out of 5. They're really nice decks. I've only seen them at playingcards.net, so you can go check them out there. That's what I've got. That's the RongoRongo. I'll see you next time. And check out collectibleplayingcards.com for all your card needs. Use VJose32 as a code for 10% off your order. And I'll see you next time.